guys, first of all, I just want to say I'm so sorry. The lack of quality today. My camera died again, and it was kind of my fault this time, so it's being repaired now as we speak. She's on her way to Holland as we speak, so we're hoping to get it within just less than a couple of weeks. Apologise about that, and I do know that it gets a little bit grainy every now and then. I'm trying all the lightings that I can, and it's really hot. The only way it's kind of working at the moment is if I shut my curtains, which are velvet, and turn on my light up there, which is an LED light, which is even hotter. Then my ring light here, which is even hotter. So you're going to have to forgive the bitch. Second of all, yes, hauls are coming back very soon. I just wanted to go through a little phase of doing like some story time videos. I have some morals to it. So obviously, guys, if you don't know me very well, I have a life. There's sometimes really weird stuff happens. Khloe always has a story time to tell you. She has a lot of them, unfortunately. And if you hear any creaking in the background, I really do apologise. It's my dad's old drumming chair. This is the only chair that's like short enough and just the right amount of swivel. I am looking for a stool with the right amount of swivel, but just can't find one short enough. Hi there, what's up, and welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, you know the drill. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel right down there, and make sure you press on that bell so you know when the next video I upload on Wednesdays and Sundays. And once you have pressed that bell and subscribed to my channel, on my community page, so you can always vote for what you guys want next. I love to know what you guys want. Am I having anxiety, the fact it's so hot in here, or the fact I've got a bit of work in an hour and a half? Another thing, I really apologise, my eyes go one side to another. It's because I'm used to like staring at a monitor, where I'm now staring at a phone lens, so it can go either way. Lashes are like struggling to stay on here. So before we even start, grab your tea, grab your wine, grab your beer, grab your cider, grab your beverage and your snacks, and get your ass comfy on the sofa, because this one is... My friend is gonna die when she hears me talking about this. She's going to die. Obviously, guys, on all my story time videos, a lot of people are like loud and proud and want me to, you know, come out with their full names, but I like to fake everyone's names for everyone's protection and just to respect their privacy, you know. And let's get going with the video. Okay, so I was skinny back in the day at one point. During that time, I had a lot of mental health issues, actually. This is when I started to gain my weight and all that jazz. We're okay now. We are more than fine and dandy now, but this is like the time when like a lot of weird stuff was happening. I think my planets must have been in retrograde or something, because the man that was going on in my life back then, there was too much to chew. Oh my gosh, my friend's gonna die. New Year's Eve time, it is a time to get absolutely wasted before the clock strikes midnight. In Essex, you go to your pubs or your clubs and you go to after parties, and that's when the stuff really starts to go on. Just gone to Saffron recently before I went, but I got like the full like head jewellery, everything. I felt like I wanted to be a Peaky Blinders wife. Do you remember this? It was like an apricot coloured dress I got from eBay for like £2.50. And I met up with like 10 of my friends. I'm not going to say all of their names because it's just going to be too complicated. It's going to be too many fake names. But there was a group of my friends, and one especially, and I'm going to call her, I'm going to call her Lola. I'm going to call this dude Jeff. It all starts with ready for New Year's Eve. We have a few pre-drinks in my house, and then we go off to a pub, which is probably about a 10-minute drive away. We're at this pub, standing on this table, and we are just chilling. Yeah, so we're all sipping our beers and we're all sipping our wine, standing on the table, talking about things, having a good time, until this little piece waltzed to the table, trotted more like, and then his friends were like more like cantering to the table at this point. I think it was just because there was like no younger like women in there. It was like more of like a family pub, so obviously of course they were like, boom, young girls, let's try and bang one of them tonight. They approached the table, and they're all sitting in boots, so little Essex boys, they're like little winkle pickle shoes, their little blazers, thinking they're Farmer Ted or something. I just remember it so specifically because it was just so bloody random. Like, we went to a family pub to kind of like avoid this kind of like situation, you know. We were not in the mood for this. We were going to go to a party straight after this. So they approached back to the bar, and I remember it was really strange. Half an hour passes on, we're going to have one more drink and then we're going to go to this party. One of the dudes approached the table and said,
"Orange dress?"
I remember it.
Go with the orange dress.
That was the way he addressed me. What? Because I just literally introduced myself to like all the to these 9 dudes like 8 minutes ago. His memory was like a quarter of a fracture of an inch. And then he just randomly come up with,
"My mate here wants your number.
Okay, first of all, that's a red flag. You're going to be that bit of a cheeky biscuit. Send one of your mates to do the dirty work. Okay, I'm like, okay, you know, girl's skinny now, so girl wants to experiment now. Went through a huge, serious identity issue phase. Like, it was so bad. I gave him my number because he just handed me his phone. And I was like, then another one of them was like the decent one. He walked and approached to my mate. I'm going to call her Roxanne. Asked for her number individually, like face to face. Can I have your number, please? Like that, you know. And then she gave him her number because he was actually quite all right looking, to be honest. They have our numbers and they kind of go somewhere else. So we're like, oh, okay. So we finish this pint and then we go to our friend's party. Now, our friend's party was getting a little bit, like, let's say, like, crowded, like that you couldn't really have fun, and you could just tell the neighbours were going to call the police. And then one of our friends was like pissed out of her face at this point, was trying to get his puppy toilet potty training out of the cage all the time so he kept going out and peeing on the floor. And then they put him back in the cage again, like the big, you know, the big playpen cages. And then our friend was absolutely furious and kicked us. So we thought, maybe we should leave and go somewhere else. Of course, my friend Roxanne gets a text. I'm going to call him Clive, as if anyone like born in the late 90s to the early 2000s called Clive. She gets a text from him and says, we're going to have an after party at my house. Do you want to come? And we were like, okay, like, you know, we knew this road, we knew the door number, so we was like, we did a bit of Google Maps, we went psycho. You know, it was literally 5 minutes away from this location we're at, the first party, so we were like, yeah, okay, cool. We walked into the cab, 5 minutes away, there we are. Now, this house is a very nice house, but already starting to not like this house because in the kitchen, it's literally like a cocaine saloon. That's not my thing. That's not my thing at all. And I sort of like steer into the living room. We're having a really good time. We're having a laugh. We're having a joke around. So Jeff comes along into the living room and he come up to me and said,
Oh, I was told that you were here.
okay, fair dues. All right then. I don't always get the weird ones. Why can't I just have like one that's normal, like not an Amazon turn? Just trying to make a move. I'm like, nah, I can't be bothered now at the moment. I'm too lazy. I just want to get wasted. I want to celebrate New Year. I just want to have fun, you know. It was my day off the Cambridge diet and I just wanted to get really pissed and take advantage of it. Last thing I want to do is go upstairs, hook up and come back downstairs again. Just no. Like, I'm dolled up to the nines and I want to stay that way, okay? And I do not like to in other people's houses, okay? I can't stand it when you have a party and then a couple of odd people go upstairs. Even though doors are locked, they somehow always get into that room and they go to in the evening. Midnight's happen. We're all having a good time. One of our friends having a meltdown in the back garden. We have no idea why. That's how cute to leave. And anyway, he was just really trying to talk to me all night and everything like that. It's not that I wasn't attracted to him or anything like that, but like I just kind of wanted to be that night. I just wanted to be. So this night I just wanted to just get mortal and just like have fun. I just wanted to laugh. And then on the way home, Lola got really quiet. And I'm like, why is Lola quiet? The next morning, look, I appreciate she told me anyway, and I appreciate that she rejected him after all this was going on all evening. Jeff did a really sloppy Joe that night. He must have seen all of us in that group and thought, if I want to bang any of the others except from Khloe, I better steer clear away from this specific group if I want to bang anyone specifically the rest of the night. What? Lola texted me the next morning. She went, Jeff, right? And I said, yeah, what about him? The guy that took my number. I wanted to tell you personally. And I said, you can tell me anything, Lola. If you know me personally, please do not beat around the bush. I really can't stand that. About 10 minutes after midnight, when he went off for about an hour and then he came back all over me like he was gone for an hour. So I thought, maybe he's done a few lines and maybe he's like trying to have a drink with his mates. Maybe. I don't like cocaine. I don't like any of that. I don't like. This shows you the luck I have in men, okay? She then says, about 12:10, he approached me and tried to flirt with me, wanted my number and take me out tomorrow morning, which was New Year's Day. And I sat there. Let me get my fan. I pop off, as a bitch should. I didn't speak to him. Like, I thought he doesn't deserve to be spoken to. So I deleted his number. Lola told me everything. Every time he kept trying to talk to me and flirt with me and try and bang me, and I'd say no, he always kept going back to Lola. It made so much sense. All of it started to pour out of the woodworks. We've caught you, you dog. But then I'm sitting there and I'm like, why would he go to you? That we're in the same group. That's a bit sloppy. That's really sloppy. Look, I'm not saying all men are bad. I'm not saying all men are. And I'm sitting there like, I was furious. And then I was just like laughing. Because I kind of thought, like, after I lost all the weight, I wouldn't be treated like by men anymore. But oh no, clearly I do. So relieved I didn't go upstairs. So of course, we get over it. I delete his number. I never replied to any of his texts for a while. Deleted him. That's it. He didn't deserve me to text him back the next morning. So now we're coming towards the spring. I have two younger great cousins, Teddy and Frankie. So they were quite young at this point. My dad and my boy cousins, they all go to five-a-side football, which is basically like where you can rent out pitches and you can play with other teams and stuff like that. And it's just somewhere where you play football, basically. Dad was just like, could you watch the kids for a while? And I'm like, yeah, of course. I haven't spent time with them for quite a while. So when we get there, obviously I'm the only woman there. I pick up the kids, I take them to the bar and I get them a drink. They wanted a Diet Coke. So we got them a Diet Coke. I got myself a pint and then I got them to a bag of crisps. By this time, right, if someone really doos me over, I haven't known them for that long, I immediately forget their face. Okay, keep that in mind. I completely wiped them out clean. So I keep going to the bar, keep getting them drinks, keeping them happy, getting them snacks, playing with them on the table. So this guy that was working on the bar kept saying,
Hello. Hello.
while I'm sitting on the table, like directly talking to me. He might feel sorry for me because I'm like the only girl in there. That's what I'm thinking in my head, that he's trying to make me feel more comfortable or something if I looked uncomfortable or something. Which I was totally fine, I was totally chill. And then like every time I was getting to the bar, he was like,
You alright? You alright?
like he was trying to hint. I know him, but I thought maybe he was just being really friendly because I'm the only girl in there. Maybe he's being friendly because, you know, my two little cousins are really cute. I literally had no memory of him because when someone me over like that, I completely forget the weird stages of Khloe's petty ass behaviour, because Khloe is a petty ass bitch. So keep that in mind. So every time he was coming to the table, he kept going,
No, seriously, are you okay?
so we all get into the car, I get the boys in the car, and then we all say our goodbyes. And again, he's looking at me from the front door. And I'm like, why are you looking at me from the entrance like that for? That's a bit weird. No idea if he works there anymore, but you know, there's me slapping my thighs. So we go to bed, I fall asleep, phone goes off, then my eyes crust open and I get woken up by looking at these texts. They're like angry texts, like from a random number. Now, keep this in mind, guys. I deleted his number.
Why didn't you acknowledge me? Why didn't you say hello back? Why didn't you da-da-da-da-da?
We all know who this is. My eyes are crusty. My brain is like dead. I totally have forgotten who this guy is. Whoever has done anything like that to me and I forget them, I'm not going to apologise. I am not going to apologise. If anyone from school that had the cheek to physically and mentally bully me and try and walks up to me in a shop trying to get me to remember who they are, you can go f off. Any guy that me over, bye Felicia. Go away Felicia. And then I'm like, who the are you? He said,
This is Jeff.
all right, Jeff. And Jeff, may I kindly ask you who you're trying to get through to?
Khloe.
And I said, where did you get my number from? Because this is very late and very unreasonable. Then he said,
I met you at New Year's Eve night. How dare you forget who I am? You're rude.
what? What? You're going to do that to me? Shut up. One of my best mates and try and one of my best mates. And then try and again and then go back to my friend. And then you're going to expect me to remember who the you are. Well, I'm sorry. That's not under my job description. That's not what I would do as a human being. Who the do you think you are? What, did you want to be specifically remembered? Who you are and what you have done? What the Jeff was just so annoyed. He was so defensive. He was just like,
I can't believe you ignored me. I can't believe you said hello to me. I can't believe you was ignoring me. I can't believe you wasn't like going on with the conversation.
to be honest, first of all, what are you talking about? He was like,
I was the dude behind the bar in the five-a-side.
it's Sloppy Joe Dog. There we go. The one that ruined my New Year's Eve. The one that really pissed me off that day. See of him. Was just like, are you okay? Are you okay there? Just looking at the text and my crusty eyes. What? What? No. Just no, Felicia. Go home, Felicia. And he was just so angry at me. He was just like really telling me off, going,
It was so hurtful. It really hurt my feelings.
if you wanted me to remember you that bad, I would have covered my cousin's ears and told you to go and off. Get in that car and take the high road, Felicia. We don't want you here, Felicia. I was just dumbfounded with the shit he was coming up with. Just like, it was like as though I was shut on him that night. For me not giving you kindness that you clearly do not deserve. I said, do you think I was that stupid? I am not that thick. I may look it, I may look a bit strange and thick. I am not that dumb, okay? I said, shut the f up, go back to bed, get over yourself, Felicia. He was in another parallel universe where this is okay. So, of course, I was just like saying to him, you were trying to get me to suck your dick. And whenever I said no, you'd walk to my friend who's 2 rooms away from the same evening, from the same event, from the same after party. Are you kidding me? How much of the stuff did you shove up your nose to think that that was okay? I hate Loughton boys. I hate them. They irritate me. They're not all of them are dogs. I'm sorry. I apologise. Not all Loughton boys are dogs, but I said fair enough. If you wanted to go through your dog days, just be a little bit less sloppy, and you might have got away with it, my friend. I was absolutely livid. He was really trying to get into my friend's pussy. I just could not. It wasn't even like flirting with us. She told me everything, and I was just like dumbfounded. I don't want to go too far into it because she's married now. She's got a kid now. So we're going to leave Lola at that. I had the most biggest go at him. I said, why would I remember someone who calls or try to inflict me any pain or any disrespect for that matter? Why would I remember someone like that? And he did try and keep texting me like day after day saying, hello, you okay? And I just ignored all of them. Felicia didn't understand. He was offended. He was offended. And the thing is, when I said to him, like, you went to one of my best mates.
Yeah, I know.
What do you think you know? Just sitting there like 5 o'clock in the morning, like just spitting out my coffee every single time, like in disbelief that this dude thought this behaviour's normal. So there I am, popping off like a bitch should. And if you're watching this, Jeff, you, for saying hello, maybe say hello, I offended you on New Year's Eve or whatever, can we make friends again? That would have been a lot more common sense. Boom! Common sense. I don't know if he's still got my number to this day, but Jeff, I've blocked you. Don't come at me. That was the story of a dude trying to hit on me and then trying to hit on my friend. Awkward as fart, right? Who's ever been in this kind of situation? But the thing that dumbfounded me was, he should have thought that me and Lola should have been offended. Dumbass. Same house. In the same house. Under the same fucking roof. Moral of the story is, guys, if that does ever happen to you, if you two are friends, please don't end your friendship. Anyway, guys, so I hope you enjoyed that story time. I know it was like a weird one. Like, I've got so many story times about men and dating and everything. Mind-blowing stories. Just please make sure you give me a big fat thumbs up. That really means a lot to me. But please make sure you subscribe right down there and also press on that bell so you know when the next video. Make sure you follow my Instagram. Make sure you follow me on my TikTok as well. And I am gonna love you and I'm gonna leave you because I am about to go to work in 10 minutes. And I'm gonna love you and I'm gonna leave you, and you are worth $1 million, baby, and you do not deserve a man like that. You keep telling yourself that every single day. I love you and you are beautiful and you can do anything. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna love you and I'm gonna leave you and I'm gonna see you in the next video.
No more, we don't know. No, what's no more, we